Gently pushing your hips from side to side. Just wiggling, pushing your weight towards your right side, towards your left side, noticing what your hips are feeling like this afternoon. Maybe one side feels a little bit tighter than the other. Really stretching far forward through the tips of your fingers. Keep pushing your bum back towards your heels. Create space through your spine. Taking a big stretch out and a big breath into your belly. And as you breathe out, just allow your entire body to soften, lying nice and steady and still on your mat. During the practice, we will be breathing in and out through our noses. This sends a lot of oxygen to our muscles. Breathing with belly breath, this helps boost our immune system. And if at any point you need to take a break, please come down to child's pose, let your heart rate come down. Maybe take some water until you're 100 again to join in. Slowly starting to rise up onto your hands and your knees, bringing your knees directly underneath your hips, your hands underneath your shoulders. Again, just swaying those hips from side to side, so pushing your hips, your left bum over towards the left-hand side, right butt goes over towards the right-hand side. Keep the lower belly's integrity by pulling up through the lower belly. Keeping the fingers spread nice and wide, just keep swaying your hips from side to side. Pushing your hips over towards the left side. Push your bum back towards your heels, almost as if you're trying to kiss with your right butt onto your left heel. You can straighten your arms out. And coming back up to center, take your hips over to the right side. Try to kiss your left butt towards your right heel. Moving way back to center, lower your belly, lift your chest, lift your gaze. Let your shoulders pull down, the shoulder blades pull down away from the ears. Taking a big breath in. As you breathe out, push your bum forward, chin to chest, look to your belly button. Lower your belly, breathe in, lift your chest, lift your gaze. Pull your hands back, pull your shoulders away from your ears, draw your belly button in. Push your bum forward, chin to chest, really push yourself away from the mat and squeeze your bum forward. Bringing yourself back to a neutral spine. Step your right foot back, lift the foot away from the mat. Draw your right knee into your chest. See if you can kiss your right knee or connect your knee to your forehead. Breathe in, push the right foot back behind you. Breathe out, draw the knee into your chest, get your knee to your forehead or kiss the knee. Take your right knee back behind you. Draw the knee into your chest and hold. Keep pulling the knee up into your chest, keep breathing. Keep pulling your head back, push into your hands, really round your upper back. Place your right knee down to the floor. Left leg reaches back, lifting the toes away from the mat. Big breath in as you breathe out, knee to chest. See if you can get your forehead to your knee. Breathe in, left leg reaches back. Breathe out, draw the knee into your chest. Breathe in, taking it back. Breathe out, knee into chest and hold. While you're holding there, lift your knee up higher into your chest, get your forehead to your knee, push through your arms, hold it, breathing in, and placing your knee back down to the ground. Step your right foot back into a high plank, push into the ball of the foot as you lift the left knee off the ground. Step your left foot to meet your right foot. Push forward onto the balls of your feet to bring your shoulders over your wrists. Come onto the back tippy toes and push your heels back behind you. Come forward onto your tippy toes. Push your heels back. Forward onto your tippy toes. And lift your hips up into your downwards facing dog. In your downwards facing dog, paddle it out, bending into one knee, bending into the other, maybe even shaking your hips from side to side. Rolling your head if that feels like it's opening your shoulders or your neck. Staying with those big diaphragmatic belly breaths. Spin your heels over to the right hand side. Push your bum back towards your heels. You'll see the left foot stays flat on the ground and you're on the ball of the right foot. The right heel lifts off the floor. Push your bum back towards your heels. Come back, spin through the center line, spin your heels to the left side. Push your bum back towards your heels. Place the right foot down, stay on the ball of the left foot. Breathing in, come back to center. Lift your hips back into your downwards facing dog. Lift your right leg up, keeping the leg straight. Really try to extend and press your back leg further back behind you. If you have a wall or a door or anything behind you, try to make an imprint with your foot onto that. Draw your knee into your chest. Bring your forehead to your knee. Look in between your hands, step your foot up. Lower your back knee down to the ground. Make sure your front ankle and knee is in one line, otherwise just crawl the toes a little bit forward, further ahead of you. You can keep the back toes tucked under if that helps you with your balance, or you can release the back foot. Bring both hands onto your right leg. So maybe the right hand down first and the left hand on top. Sinking your hips forward. Maybe bouncing back out of it or lifting back out of it and bouncing back forward. Just taking a moment to feel into your hips. Then pressing down with your hands. So basically, if you look at me, I'm going to press down with my hands and then forward into my leg and lean slightly backwards. Just about, don't lean too far back, about maybe 20%. Lifting your gaze. You'll feel that the hips are pushing down to the ground and really squeeze into your left bum. Squeeze the left bum. Pull your chest back up again. Take your left hand back behind you. You can circle it back or just reach it back behind you. Taking your back hand, placing it onto your back leg. So if you take your left hand onto your bum, slide it down to the back of your thigh. Right, just above the knee. Take the right arm forward in front of you, up to the sky, and lean backwards. Maybe you crawl your fingers further down towards your calf or your foot, or maybe you keep supporting on below the butt. Leaning all the way over, opening up through your chest, pushing down through your feet. If you feel a little bit wobbly, that's okay. Pulling yourself back up. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, curl your back toe in underneath, straighten your back leg out. Breathe in, step back. We'll lower ourselves down to the ground. Let's go down. Knees. Release the backs of the feet. Bring the chin and the chest to the floor. Squeeze your shoulders, your elbows into your side rib cage. Pull yourself through. Breathe in, lift your chest up. Float your hands away from the mat. Now put your hands down. Squeeze your elbows into your side rib cage and push yourself up just a little bit higher. Chin to chest, using the strength of your arms. Push yourself up onto your knees. Curl your toes in underneath. Bum to the heels, forehead down. And lifting your hips back up into your downwards facing dog. Left leg reaches back behind you. Kick the heel as if you're making an imprint with your foot. Squeeze your left butt. Draw your left knee into your chest. Connect it to your forehead. Look in between your hands and step it up. Immediately lowering the back knee down. Taking a couple of bounces backwards and forwards. Bending into the front knee, straightening it out. Climbing with both hands onto your left thigh, pressing down with your hands, so right hand on top of the left. Press down, push your hips forward, straightening out through the arms as you lean back. Take steady breaths in and out through the nose. Pull your belly in and pull your chest back up. Circle your right arm forward, up, back behind you. Take your hand onto the back of your thigh. Left arm reaches forward all the way over the back of your head. Maybe crawling the fingertips a little bit further back behind you, lean back. Gently pull yourself back up to center, frame your front foot. Curl your back toe in underneath, straighten the back leg, step back into your high plank. Lowering knees, chin, chest to the floor. Pull yourself through, breathe in, lift your chest up. Shoulders away from the ears, elbows hug in, squeeze the butt. Chin to chest, push to your knees, curl your toes under, lift your hips up, come back into your downwards facing dog. Right leg reaches high, bend your knee, open your hip up. Let the top knee, the right knee, be the highest point. So keep pulling the heel into your butt. Draw the right knee into your chest, lifting high onto the back tippy toes. Look in between your hands, step your foot forward in between your hands. Lift your arms and your chest up to the sky. Bending into your back knee. Hovering your back knee just away from the mat. Make sure you're not leaning too far forward. Get the shoulders back over the hips. And like a dog pulling its tail in underneath, scoop your bum forward, squeeze your bum, keep squeezing and start to straighten your back leg out. Bring both hands down to the floor. Step back into your high plank. Take your variation, either lowering the knees or bending the elbows halfway. Lift your chest up to an up dog or a cobra, pulling your hips back into a downwards facing dog. Left leg goes high, bend your knee, open your hip up. Just notice what this feels like in your side body, in your bum. Try to get the bum up higher, push yourself away from the mat, straighten your arms, pushing into your hands. Draw your left knee into your chest, look in between your hands and step it up. Lift your arms up to the sky. Bending into the back knee, lean backwards. Scoop your bum forward, squeeze your butt. Try to straighten the back leg out again. Bring both hands down to the floor. Step back into your high plank. Lower down. Lift your chest up. And pull your hips back to downwards facing dog. Right leg reaches high, bend the knee, open the hip up. Come and step your right foot forward in between your hands. Lift your arms and your chest up. Spin your back heel down, opening your arms, sitting into your warrior two. Check your front knee and ankle in one line with one another. Sink a little bit deeper into your front knee. Pull your arms into an opposite direction. Cartwheel your hands down to the floor. Breathe in, step back. Lower down. Breathing in, lift your chest up. And pull your hips back to a downwards facing dog. Left leg up. Bend the knee, open the hip up. Left foot steps forward, top of your mat. Reach your arms up to the sky. Spin your back heel down, warrior two. Sink into the front knee. Try to open your left knee a little bit open towards the left-hand side. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Back leg nice and straight and active. Cartwheel your hands down. Breathe in, step back. Squeeze your belly, squeeze your bum, lower down. Breathing in to lift your chest up. Open up your collarbones. Take a little bit of a back bend here. Pulling your hips back to a down dog. Right leg reaches high. Bend the knee, open the hip up. Step your right foot forward in between your hands. Lift your arms, lift your chest. Spin your back heel down, opening warrior two. Flip your front palm. Reach it forward, forward, forward as much as you can. Lift your arm up and over. Take your back hand, resting on your back leg, or wrapping it around your lower back, reaching for your front thigh. Bend a little bit more into your front knee as you lean back. Cartwheel your hands down. Breathe in, step back. Lower down. Lift your chest up. Meet me back in a down dog. Left leg, three-legged down dog. Left foot steps forward, top of the mat. Arms up into a high crescent, opening into warrior two. Flip the front palm, reach forward, up and over, reverse your warrior. Take your bind if you did on the other side. Puff your heart up to the roof, lean back, bend into the front knee. Cartwheel your hands down. Breathe in, step back. On your out breath, lower down slowly, squeeze your elbows in, whether you're using your knees or not. Lift your chest up. Chin to chest, pulls the hips back. Down dog. Right leg up, bend the knee, open the hip. Step your right foot forward. Arms up, high crescent, opening into warrior two. Flip your front palm, reach it forward, up and over. Come back up into warrior two. Take your hands behind you, keep this front knee bent. Interlace your hands behind your back. You can squeeze your palms together. Try to straighten your arms and pull your fist away from your bum. Quickly gonna hop around to show you. Then diving with your right shoulder onto the inside of your right knee, pulling your arms over the back of your head. Try to squeeze your right knee into your right shoulder. Keep aiming your knee and your forehead, your nose and your forehead to the ground. Pull yourself up, quarter of the way, bring your hands back down to the floor, framing your right foot. Lift onto the back ball of the foot, step back into your high plank. Squeeze your legs, lower down, squeeze your elbows in. Breathe in, lift your chest up. Squeeze your legs, let the strength of your belly pull your hips back into a down dog. Left leg, three-legged down dog. Left foot steps forward, top of the mat. Lift your arms up into high crescent. Open warrior two, flip your front palm, flip it, lift it, and reverse it. Come back up, interlace your hands behind your back. Stay bending deep into the front knee, straighten your back arms. Lift it away from your bum, dive your left shoulder onto the inside of your left knee. Get down, get down, get down. Squeeze the left knee into the left shoulder, keep your legs strong, your belly strong. Lift yourself up, quarter way, bring your hands down to the floor, stay back into your high plank. You can skip the vinyasas and go back into down dog or join me lower down. Lift your chest up, pushing through your hands. Chin to chest pulls you back down dog. We're almost there. Right leg up, bend the knee, open the hip up. Right foot steps top of your mat, lifting your arms, high crescent lunge. Opening warrior two, flip your palm, reach forward, up and over. Bring yourself back up into warrior two, straighten your front leg. Hop the back foot in or heel toe it in. Make sure your hips are facing straight ahead of you instead of to the front. If you had to check where your right ear is, so you don't want to look towards that front space, you want to look forward. All right, thumbs up, push your hips back, reach forward, forward, forward. Right hand comes onto the inside of the right knee or calf, left arm goes up to the sky. Hold it there in your warrior three position. Hold it there for 4 more breaths. Notice what you're feeling, maybe a nice big stretch over your side body. Nice. Look down at your front big toe. Pull yourself back up into a warrior two. Just swivel that back foot a little bit further back behind you again. Cartwheel your hands down. Step back. Lower down. Lift your chest up. And pull your hips back downwards facing dog. Left leg up, bend the knee, open the hip. Left foot comes and steps forward, top of the mat. Arms up. Warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Come back up, straighten your front leg, hop your back foot in. Thumbs up, shoulders and hips forward. Push your hips back, reach forward, left hand onto the inside of the left knee or calf, right arm reaches up. Try to reach with your arms into an opposite direction, so the top arm reaches to the sky, the bottom arm reaches down to the floor. The bottom hand, the back of the left hand, really presses into the knee or the calf. Look down at your front big toe, bend your knee, pull yourself back up, warrior two, opening the legs a little bit wider. Cartwheel your hands down, breathe in, step back. lower down, lift your chest up, and meeting me back in down dog, last round. Right leg three-legged down dog, step forward in between your hands, breathe in high crescent, opening warrior two. Flip your palm, reaching it forward, up and over, reverse. Bring your right elbow onto your right thigh, palm pointing upwards. Take your back hand, graze your mat, circling down, reaching your arm forward, up and overhead. Opening up through your chest. If it's in your practice, you can take your right hand and slide it onto the inside of your right foot. Gazing up to your top palm. Keep swiveling your chest up, keep a steady breath. Take your top hand down to the ground. Spin onto the back ball of the foot, take your right arm up to the sky. Be nice and light on your left hand, squeeze your inner thighs together. Take your right hand down, breathe in, step back. Lower down. Lift your chest up. Pull your hips back, down dog. Left leg stretches back, three-legged down dog. Left foot steps forward, top of the mat. Breathing into a high crescent lunge, opening warrior two. Reverse your warrior, reaching forward, up and over. Bring your left forearm, your left elbow onto your front thigh. Back hand reaches down for the ground, swiping your fingers over the mat. Reach your arm forward, look up underneath your top armpit. If you dropped your hand on the one side, drop it on the other side too. Left hand sliding onto the inside of the left foot. Steady belly breath. Take your top hand down to the ground, spin onto the back ball of the foot, left arm reaches high. Lower your left hand. Last vinyasa, make it nice and strong. Step back. Roll forward onto your toes, shoulders over the wrists, lower down. Breathing in, lift your chest up. And pull your hips back, down dog. Bring your knees down to the ground, opening the knees wide, big toes to touch. Sit your bum to your heels, bring your forehead down. Maybe take a sip of water, let your heart rate come down. If you are keen, you're feeling strong today, you can stay in your downwards facing dog, staying there for 5 strong breaths. And then everyone meet me back in your downwards facing dog. Stepping the feet high plank to have the right distance for your down dog, lifting the hips back up into your downwards facing dog. Look forward in between your hands, bend your knees, and bounce your butt up and down. Bounce your bum down towards your heels, finding buoyancy. You can either take a step, so you can either take one big step and another one, or staying with the buoyancy, shoot your heels to your bum, your shoulders over your wrist, and land your feet just behind your wrists. Okay, everyone meeting me at the top of their mats, separating your feet hip distance, making 2 fists, placing it in between your feet. Holding onto your ankles, breathe in, straighten your back, pull your belly button in, squeeze your thighs, lengthening the back of your neck. Deep breath in, bend your knees, fold with your belly forward over your thighs, chin to chest, look back in between your legs. Breathe in, straighten your arms straight back. Breathe out, drape your belly forward over your thighs, gaze back in between your legs. Breathe in, halfway lift, straight arms straight back. Push your bum back, reach the crown of your head forward. Bend your knees, fold forward over your legs. You can either stay here holding onto your ankles or your calves, or you can take your index and your middle finger, push it in between your big toe and your middle toe wrap, and hold onto your big toes. Wherever you're holding, using the grip to pull yourself a little bit closer to your legs. You'll notice that your shoulders are collapsing onto your ears, so pull them up and away from your ears. Keep pulling the crown of your head down to the floor. Taking 4 more breaths, you can feel your belly expand over your thighs maybe. If you can't, just see if you can bend your knees just a little bit more. It's a nice compression pose. So the belly and the thigh connects. And once we release, there's more blood flow and the lymph can flow through. So breathing in, halfway lift. Release your hands or from wherever you are. Breathe out, hold. Take another forward fold, chin to chest, holding onto your forearms. You're going to just gently sway your hips from side to side, shake your head out, yes, no, yes, no. Shake your arms backwards and forwards. Bending your knees nice and deep, chin to chest, slowly roll up, squeeze your bum forward. Keep taking your arms up with you. Take your arms all the way back, over your head. Pull your elbows to behind you, squeeze your bum, bend your knees, lean back. Big breath in. Breathe out, pull yourself forward, keep folding forward, taking your belly back to your thighs, taking your hands back down to the ground. We're going to do one more forward fold, going a little bit deeper. If this isn't for you, you can hold onto your ankles or your toes again. If you feel up to it, you can lift onto your heels, so lift onto your left heel. Slide your left hand in underneath your left foot. Let the toes come up to your wrists. Do the same on the other side. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. 4 big belly breaths. 1. Try to pull with your hands up into your feet if you're there and push down with your feet into your hands. 2, if you're holding onto your toes or your ankles, using the strength of your arms to help you pull forward. 3, 4. All right, breathing in, come up. It seems like my sound went. Try and sort it out now. All right, bring your 2 big toes to touch. Your heels will be a few centimeters apart. Let me come closer because I see my sound has gone. All right, so your toes are going to touch. There'll be a little gap in between your heels. Take your fingertips on the mat. Sit your bum nice and low. Reach your arms out in front of you. Lift your arms up overhead. Sit down just a little bit more, sinking the weight back into your heels. Hold it there for 3 more breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Take a forward fold. Take your hands back down to the ground. I have no idea what this thing is up to now. Anyway, okay, we're going to take 1 more chair. So sit your bum nice and low. Reach your arms out in front of you. Bring your hands to your heart center. You're going to take your left elbow and hook it onto the outside of your right knee. Keep down. Top hand presses into the bottom hand. Twist, twist, twist. Look over your back shoulder. See if you can float your left toes off the ground. Okay, come back to center. Sorry, I just want to get close so you guys can hear me. Twist your right elbow onto the outside of the left knee. If you guys are looking down at your knees, see that one knee isn't going past the other knee. Get your knees in one line. Push with your top hand into your bottom hand. Get your belly to twist past your left thigh and see if you can float your right toes off the ground or just balance on your right tippy toes. All right, come back to center. Sit down just a little bit more. Take your hands down to the ground and forward fold. Give your legs a little shake. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. You're gonna heel toe your feet for me to the outside edges of your mat. Let's see if we can get this going. Otherwise, just bear with me. All right, feet onto the outside edges of the mat. Start to lower your bum and lift your chest up like a seesaw into a yogi squat. I'm going to run back to my mat to show you quickly. Hands in front of your heart center, elbows pressing your knees nice and wide. Sitting down, sitting down, sitting down. Great, push through your feet, lift your butt up Lift your butts up about 5 to 10 centimeters from there. Straighten your arms out, push your palms together. So if I was there with you practicing and I tried to pull your hands apart, I shouldn't be able to. So you're really squeezing the bum forward and pushing the hands together. All right, lower yourselves all the way down to the ground. Take your hands to the floor, lift your bum up, take a forward fold. Shake your legs out. Okay, if you're familiar with crow position, you can go for it. Otherwise, I'll do a demo so you can just watch me. There's not going to be that much talking now. I have no idea where the sound went, but we'll make it work. Okay. So toes to touch, sit down, open your knees nice and wide, hands down to the ground. Your knees come up to behind your shoulders. Lean forward, bum up, tippy toes, tip, 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 one foot up, maybe the other, maybe both. Oh, thanks, Tian. All right, so see if you can, if you're a little bit nervous about a crow pose, put a crash pad in front of your head. So a pillow or a block if you have one. Get the toes up, even if you're not getting it and you're just going backwards and forwards onto your hands, it builds a lot of strength in your arms. It's really good just to carry on and building the strength. Maybe just lifting one foot then the other. You guys are probably dead by now. All right, meet me back. So jump or step your feet back into a high plank. And let's just come down for a child's pose quickly. Come down onto your knees, take a little rest. We're gonna practice a few handstand hops. Don't worry too much. It's gonna be easy, simple. You can just take it as far as you would like to. Okay. So if you can just watch me, I'm gonna try to speak as loud as possible. Again, you want the buoyancy through the knees and the bum. Okay? Bring your shoulders over your wrists. So shoulders over the wrist. And there's buoyancy in the knees and the bum. So first do this maybe first. Then you're going to shoot your heels to your bum and land. It might be little. It might be that at first. Or maybe there. Maybe there. Okay, let's go. Giving it a couple of hops. Okay, thanks. I'm glad you guys can still hear me on the mat. Okay, so giving it a couple of hops. So generally, I think that there's a little bit of fear of falling forward. So again, if you have a pillow or something there, maybe that will give you a bit more confidence. And it's really in the buoyancy. So get your shoulders over your wrist, look in between your hands, and shoot your butt high, high, high. Imagine you're tapping the tip of the Eiffel Tower with your bum. You're gonna really shoot it up as high as you can. Give it a couple of more. When you're ready to take a break, take another child's pose. Okay. Lifting yourselves back up into downwards facing dog. We'll elephant walk our hands to the backs of our mat. So walking hands back towards the feet. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Release, release, release. Chin to chest. Slowly roll yourselves up. Your head will come up last. Moving into our balancing practice for this evening. We'll start by balancing on our left foot. Balancing on your left foot. Shifting the weight into your left foot. You can balance on the right tippy toe. If you have a couch and you need some support, use that. Start to draw your right knee into your chest. See if you can hold into the belly. So the belly of the right leg, so that's behind the right thigh, behind the right knee. You can interlace your hands underneath there. Holding, holding, holding. Point your toes. Spread your toes wide. And straighten your leg out in front of you. If you're not 100% here, you can keep the knee bent. You can keep the hands on the hips, just continuing balancing here. Really pushing the leg out in front of you for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee back in again. Taking your left hand onto the outside of your right knee or outside of your right foot. Take your right hand back behind you. Look back to your back hand. Maybe keep the knee bent, so you're going to twist. Or if you're holding onto the foot, maybe you can kick the foot out and then look back. Holding it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Return back to center, lowering the right leg down to the floor. Give it a little shake, shake it out, shake it out. Shifting your weight onto your right foot. Sometimes when we stand on the right leg, the butt pushes out to the side. Then we're just hanging there. So squeeze your butt in, squeeze your belly nice and tight. Draw your left knee into your chest. Hold into the belly. Stand up nice and tall as you can. Squeeze the butt. Spread the toes of the left foot and start to straighten your left leg. Maybe it's a quarter way, maybe halfway, maybe all the way. Standing up nice and tall. And bending the knee back in. Right hand this time outside of the left knee or foot. Left arm reaches back behind you, gazing back. If you've got the foot and you'd like to straighten, you can straighten the leg out, maybe quarter way, halfway, all the way. Try to stand up as tall as you can. Turn yourself back to center, bend your knee back into your chest, place it down to the ground, and shake it out. All right, make your way to the backs of your mat. Bring your hands onto your hips. Step your right foot far forward ahead of you. Come onto the back tippy toes, so being light on your back leg. Start to lower your chest forward. You can keep your hands on your hips, maybe in front of your heart center or reaching out in front of you. Lowering your chest forward. Let the back toes float off the ground. Maybe a little bit, maybe it comes up quarter of the way, halfway, maybe all the way, making the T position with your body. You'll see this left hip is trying to lift up. Drop the left hip, pick the right hip up, getting a nice straight line with your body. Drop your hands down to the ground. Draw your left knee into your chest. See if you can connect your knee to your forehead. And push the left heel back, straightening out through the back leg. Draw the left knee into your chest, connect it to your forehead. Straightening it out behind you. One more time. Draw the knee into your chest. Lift your knee up higher, knee to the forehead. Extend it back behind you. Place your right fingertips maybe a little bit off to the side onto the outside edge of your mat. Bending the right knee a little bit, float the left arm up to the sky, open your hips up. If you like to challenge yourself, float your bottom fingers away from the floor. Maybe grab hold of the back foot, bending to the top knee. Lowering your right hand down, left hand down. Place your left foot back down to the floor. Shake your legs out. And rolling yourself back to standing, coming to stand onto the back of your mat. Hands onto the hips, left foot steps forward, come onto the back tippy toe. Start to float yourself, reaching forward, lifting the back leg. Doing with your hands on this side that you did on the other side. Make sure you're turning your back pinky toe down to the ground. Squeeze your right bum to lift that leg up higher. Bring your hands down to the floor. Draw your right knee into your chest. Breathe out, squeeze your forehead and your knee together. Breathe in, reach and kick back. Breathe out, knee to chest, forehead to knee. Breathe in, extend it back behind you. Breathe out, right knee into the chest, forehead to the knee, and release your foot down onto the ground. So you can bring your big toes to touch again. Sit your bum nice and low, maybe even a little bit lower. Reach your arms back behind you, interlace your hands behind your back. Lift your fists, fold your belly forward, over your thighs, straighten your legs, take your forehead towards your knees. Sit your bum low, release your hands, sweep your fingertips over the top of your mat, lift your arms up, cactus your arms. Like we're diving into a swimming pool. Dive forward, pull your belly in, chin to chest, sit down a little bit lower. Breathe in, open your chest, cactus your arms. Breathe out, dive forward, round your back, sit down. Keep your knees bent, lift your chest up open. Elbows squeeze back and together. Cactus arm. One more, diving forward. Coming back up. And dive all the way down to the floor. Good job, everyone. You can come sit down in the front of your mat and roll yourself to lie down all the way onto your backs. Once you're on your back, so you can draw your knees into your chest. Holding onto your right knee, left hand onto the outside of the right knee. Take your right knee through the midline to the left hand side. Open your right arm up next to you. Look back to your right hand. Getting a nice supine twist. I'm going to come check in if anyone's screens are on. I'll give you a little bit of feedback. Try to lengthen the top hip away from you. You'll see sometimes in these supine twists, our bodies come off our mat. So we either, the bottom leg completely goes to the outside edge of the one side of the mat. So see if you can just shift yourself back to the center of your mat. Squeeze your belly in, pull your knee back into your chest. And we'll switch sides, holding onto your left knee, your right leg stretches out in front of you. Left hand holds onto the outside of the right knee, guiding the right knee over towards the right hand side, or the left side, sorry. Left leg, right side, there we go. Looking back towards your left arm. Nice long line through the spine. See if you can get your left shoulder to touch the ground rather than having your knee on the floor. Good, pull your belly buttons in, pull yourself back to center, draw both knees back into your chest. See if you can bring your forehead to touch your knees. Maybe wrap your arms over your shins so that you grab onto your elbows. And then place your head back down to the floor, flexing into your feet. Try to push with your knees up into your arms and pull with your arms down into your knees. So it's a bit of resistance. Push with the knees up into your arms and pull with your arms down into your knees. You can release your hands down your sides, lift your legs up to the sky. Flexing your toes back, flat feet. Bring your two big toes to touch. Your heels will separate. There'll be a gap in between your heels. So really pressing your big toes together and straightening your legs. You'll feel the inner and the outer lines of your legs switch on. We're going to tune into the smallest, most intricate parts of the belly, down into the pelvic floor, into the deep parts of our core muscles. So take your awareness down to the lowest part of your belly, maybe a little bit more down into your pelvis, your pelvic floor. Squeeze down towards your spine. We're almost there. Keep going. You can bend your knees a little bit if this gets hard. All right. So from that lower part of your belly, slide your attention up towards your belly button. But as you slide your attention up to your belly button, keep pulling your belly in. So you're going as deep down low as you can, and keep straightening your legs and pushing the big toes to touch. Okay? Breathing in and out. As you breathe in, your belly will expand, your belly will rise, and as you breathe out, your belly will shrink and pull back. There'll be a little bit of movement with your legs backwards and forwards. I'll release you guys just now. We're almost there. Pull your belly button in, pushing it out. Okay, bring your hands to behind your head for me, bringing your elbows in a peripheral view so you can see your elbows just off the side of your eyes. Keep your legs up, even if they're bent. Lift your head and your chest up and off and away from the mat. Try and get your shoulder blades nice and high. Awesome. Get up just a little bit higher with your chest and lower your chest back down again. Keep your legs up. As you breathe in, pull your legs a little bit closer to you, to your face. And as you breathe out, lift your chest and your head up. Lower down. Lower your head to the floor. Lower your lower back onto the mat. Breathe in, lift your lower back off the floor. Breathe out, lift your head and your chest, crunch forward. Lower down. 2 more. Breathe in, lift your tailbone off the ground. Lift your head and your chest, crunch forward. Lower down. 1 more. Breathe in, curl your tailbone off the ground. As you breathe out, lift your head and your chest up. Reach your fingertips for your toes. Lift up, see if you can tickle your feet. Come up a little bit higher with your shoulders. Squeeze your belly in and lie down. Draw your knees into your chest. Well done. Good feeling. Holding onto the backs of your knees, you can gently rock yourself backwards and forwards along your spine. And we're going to make our way to either a happy baby or a plow position, okay? So you can either take your feet all the way back behind you over your head, supporting your hands with your hip. If you're doing that, please don't move your head from side to side. If you're not doing that, take your elbows onto the insides of your knees, hold with your hands on the outsides of your feet for happy baby. I'll quickly demo that for you guys. So this is happy baby. Strength of the arms uses holding onto the feet, pulling the knees down to the armpits. Okay, otherwise the legs up straight with the feet overhead. Wherever you are, starting to slow down your breath. If you're in a happy baby, try to press your entire spine down long and flat onto the mat. If you're in a plow position with your legs over your head and you would like to come into a shoulder stand, you can bring your hands onto the middle of your back or your upper back, walking your elbows in as close as possible, lifting your legs to the sky. So wherever you are, just enjoying, maybe rolling from side to side, maybe steadying your breath. Those guys that are in the shoulder stand position, make sure that you pull your chin and your chest away from each other to create space, and make 100% sure that you're on your shoulders, avoiding your neck. Please, please, please don't be on your neck here. Taking 4 more breaths. I see some eagle legs, some wild things going on here. Okay. If you're in your shoulder stand, you can reach your legs back over your head, pushing with your hands flat into the floor. And we're going to, with control, roll our backs down onto the ground to push our lower back or upper back first, middle back, then lower back, using the strength of your belly. If you're in happy baby, you can hold onto your feet and rock yourself over to a side. Guys, if you were in a shoulder stand or in a plow pose, everyone come up to sit onto your bum, straighten your legs out in front of you, taking a last forward fold to end off our practice. Reaching the arms high, pinkies facing in towards one another. You can bend your knees here if you like. Taking a big breath in, sit tall. Breathe out, hinge forward over your hips. Let your hands fall wherever, either on the ground, holding onto your feet. Then take your forehead down towards your knees. Shake your head out, yes, no, yes, no. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Nice. Taking a nice clearing breath in and a cleansing breath out. Nice big clearing breath in and a cleansing breath out. Relaxing the shoulders. Relaxing your jaw, your face. We're almost there. Big belly breaths. And slowly rolling yourselves back up again. Place your hands onto your thighs. Making a bowl with your body, slowly roll down, 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 till your lower back comes down into the floor. To the strap of your sports top, guide your scapula, and you're just going to go down with the shoulders stay up. If it's okay for your lower back, you can lift one foot
hold it for a bit, then the other, or if it's okay for you, you can lift both feet, curl your fingertips to your knees, pull your belly button in, push your lower back into the floor. I'm going to get out, but you guys don't get out. Feel the little shakes, hold it, pull and suck the belly button in. Come up just a little bit higher, pull in, got little earthquakes going, you're doing it right, and lie down onto the floor. Turn your palms up to the sky, flop your feet out. If you'd like to get a blanket, which I doubt you guys are probably overheating, but if you'd like to switch your light off or just put a top on or have a sip of water before we take a corpse position. So just there where you are, you can close your eyes. Try to walk your shoulders a little bit down and away from your ears. Bringing your chin to your chest a few centimeters, lengthening the back of your neck. If anyone's experiencing discomfort in their backs, maybe lie on your side or bringing the soles of your feet on the floor. Relaxing your arms, your wrists, and your hands. Come to that space in between your eyebrows and soften the space in between your eyebrows. Soft cheeks, soft mouth. Opening your mouth a few centimeters, moving your jaw from side to side, releasing any tension in your jaw. Maybe even pulling your chin down towards your chest, stretching open. On your next breath out, relax your shoulders and your upper back. On your next breath out, relax the middle part of your back as well as your lower back. Maybe even scooping your bum under a little bit, just eliminating the gap in between your lower back and the mat. Feel your back heavy on the floor. Your arms heavy, your wrists heavy, your hands heavy. Your bum nice and heavy on the mat. On your next breath out, feel your hips sink into the floor. Feeling your legs heavy, your thigh muscles soften, relax, your knees nice and soft and relaxed. Relaxing your ankles and your feet. On your next breath out, feel your legs heavy and your heels melt into the floor. Even your little pinky toes are tired, let them flop out to the side and relax. If you've got the soles of the feet on the ground, maybe even dropping the knees in towards one another. Taking a few long, slow, deep breaths into the front parts of your bodies. Accepting where you're at, allowing yourself to really sink into that reality. Bringing your attention to the tips of your ears, not getting too involved with the tips of your ears. Just resting your attention there.
Becoming aware of the sounds around you. So it's like you're switching on your surround sound. Listening to the furthest sound from you and drawing your attention in until you can hear the closest sound to you. Maybe you can hear your own heartbeat. Very slowly start to stretch out your fingers and your toes. Rolling into your wrists, your ankles. Moving your nose from side to side, like a little bunny rabbit. Turning the side edges of your mouth upwards. Steady gaze with your eyes closed, maybe in between the eyebrows. And then rolling yourself over to your left or your right hand side. Taking a nice big breath in, and as you breathe out, feel the weight of your body heavy on your mat. With your eyes closed, you can slowly press yourself up onto your sit bones. Sitting up nice and tall, bringing your hands to your heart center. We humbly lower our chins down towards our chest. Thanking ourselves for showing up for our practice today. Thanking you guys for joining in for this live stream session. Let's take one last big breath in together. And as we breathe out, we bow down. Thank you again very much for joining me this evening. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much. Hey Donnie en Sissy. En ander Donnies en yes, okay, is baie mense wat ek sien, baie gesigte. En Zanay en die see en die sunsets. En Christa. En die Anderson en Nicola en Hedda. Wow. It's so nice to see you guys' faces. Pleasure for that core.
Thank you, great class.
Thank you very much. Thanks for joining. Hope you guys are well. Hey, Mutio.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
And class. Bye.
Thanks, bye. Guys, any feedback in the chat? Plezier, Janaiki. Was hardcore. I'm glad. We needed some core for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the flow. If you have any feedback in the chats, yeah, otherwise stay around for a chat. We had a bit of a hangout yesterday that turned into some wine and guitar playing. Thank you guys. Dion, hoe was daai klas? Say sharp. Ek gaan julle unmute. Dion, how was your first hot flow class or Vinyasa flow class? Back on the mat? Oh, wait, unmute. Wait, let me unmute you guys. No, you guys are muted. I don't know. Cool, guys. If you have any questions regarding, I don't know, if you're feeling, if you have requests, anything that you want to see in the practice. Hello. If you have any pain, like back pain or knee,
Wasn't that hot, but it was very good.
Hey?
It wasn't that hot, but it was very good.
You look pretty hot.
Hot, but wasn't that hot?
All sweaty and hot.
Bye-bye.
Lekker.
Nicolala, sien ek jou môre aand? Is dit? Ja, vir full power môre aand, né? Lekker slappies, lekker aand. Bye. Do you have, thanks for that one, my shoulders, do you have a link for the basic positions for self-study? Sure, I can put a few on here for you. Matteo, are you still with us? Tian, let me just quickly get something for you. Tian, how was that class? I was a bit moeg today, but I hope you guys stayed strong. Tian, did you see the link that I put in for the immune system? Let me just think which website I usually use. Yoga Journal is generally a good one. Tian, depends. Do you want a video, or do you want, do you just want to read? Do you want the content? When you're in a position and need to look up, which position, what do you mean with that? To look up to see me, or your shoulders, or your shoulders tight? Okay. So I think if your shoulders are feeling quite tight, something like happy baby would be, puppy position would be really good for you. Jason Crandall is amazing. I'm going to give you a link for his video. So he just explains to you how to break it down, and then I think what I can do is I'm gonna write down a few poses for you. I'm gonna write it down here, and then just go Google breakdown or beginner variation, and then you can do video, and then like do one of them one at a time. But I understand if I give you obviously, like, you might not know what the names of the poses are, so if I give you the poses, that would probably make it a lot easier. Okay, so you can do it with, okay, you down. I also don't want to give you that many. So if you, so you can just say breakdown or beginner variation, and then YouTube, down dog, upward facing dog, downward facing dog, upward facing dog, cobra, dog plank, facing dog, plank, triangle pose, warrior two. What about maybe high crescent lunge? Oopsie, I typed it all in capital letters now. High crescent lunge is one that you can look at. If you want me to quickly check if there's a posture that you want to check with me, then you can put your video on and I can see how you're doing it and maybe help you, especially if you're feeling discomfort and you're not 100% sure if you're doing it right, then it is quite helpful